Hey there, chat. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well. On today's stream, we're gonna try out something slightly different, chat. My usual stream's gonna still be like usual. I have just resisted the urge to make a joke and yell. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit more mellow today. So we're gonna do just that. What does it say as in my voice? Well, we'll see where the journey takes us, Ari. But yeah, I'm glad you're here. You are the early bird today. You gonna put you to bed? It is morning time for you, Ari. Huh. Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can get the subtitle thing going on. That software is still new. So let's try this. Connecting. It should work now. Let's see. There we go. Just real quick, is everything regarding the volume of the stream fine? Can you hear me over the music? Actually, can you even hear the music at all? Let me know a nice balance for them, because
too popular can be such a hassle.
This is certainly a change in volume. Volume is good? Nice. So wait till someone comes to you too and drops a pipe. That does remind me. Maybe I've been procrastinating doing this, but maybe for this particular stream, let's put the timer cooldown back on my sound effects. Why is Ara down here? Ah. Okay, cooldown 60. Gonna take a little bit.
Why'd they have to give me that transfer?
Also, this assortment of naming is slightly triggering me, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that too. Nothing like a little bit of repetitive task to turn our brain off. Boom. Let's try to get this over to...
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered.
Alright, now everything
If
looks
you'd like
nice.
to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Time numbers go. I used to work in a job that has a lot of Excel typing. Not for long, but it does get tedious at times, but at times it can be just turn off the brain, watch a video on the other side, and then type numbers. It was around college time. Hello, Gamer Tulik. Welcome into the stream today. Hope you are having a nice one. So the main topic of the stream today, guys, I want to explore the new quote-unquote reaction that they've just recently added to the Imaginarium Theater. And what if we have that reaction for real in Genshin, not just in Theater? Who will benefit from this reaction? What other shakeup in the meta will we have? That will be the main topic of discussion today. And oh boy, there will be a lot of mellow speaking today. I also deliberately lower the volume of the sound effects, generally. Hope is something that they release with nod-krai. I think they are very likely to, because they have went ahead and created very beautiful visual for those reaction in the theater already. It's a shame if they're not gonna use it. And it's perfect as well. Just serving as a testing ground. Because 6.0 should be around 2 versions away. 2 patches away. That reaction, it seems complicated at first. I really encourage the people that has not played Imaginarium Theater this month yet to just try it out. It looks cool. It feels sharp.
Skyward! Seize the skies!
Be free. Tell me what you see.
And I love the feeling of being able to just to make some teams that, from the look of it, is not what we would normally expect. Because we're too used to the current meta, but it turns out to be functional. The pinnacle of that for me was when I used Raiden with Ayaka and a random DENDRO character. Oh, hello there. There was a lot of hype around the reaction too, so hopefully. Yeah. The problem with the theater is that they put all your list build, list synergize elements. What's your Auroron gonna do? You can technically use their Auroron, right? Hold on. Speaking of which, I think I much prefer the Ascofia variation of this Indovlet team. Mainly because I do not have Kazuha and Silolan for him. Ah, and I should really improve her build too.
Ready.
Remember that one time I was roasting a certain Escofia? I thought it was a CRYO Escofia, and then turns out it is mine. Truly a Tim Isbert moment.
Shower me with praise! Access denied! Attack the frosting! Goose on the loose!
Time to shine!
That's better. What the charisma! Hello, Zoro. Good to see you here. How has your day been? Tell me a favorite moment. If it is evening time for you, tell me a moment from your day that has been your favorite so far. If it is morning, potentially for the people in US time zone, then your yesterday then. Just practice a little bit of gratefulness, which I believe research has shown that it does impact our baseline level of happiness in general. These are some of the topics that generally I don't discuss very often in my other stream, but I do research about those topics, and I think it's nice to touch on some of those in this kind of stream, cozy stream. You watched One Piece Red Again, Goten movie. You have watched a total of 30 episodes of the show. Wow. One Piece Red, what is the difference of that and the general One Piece? Is that a new, perhaps a season of it? That's why they call it that? Or a sequel or a prequel, something like that. One single word is enough? Good. It's often better to be specific. Like, it does help our brain just rethink about our day and confirm to ourselves that, oh, it's actually this thing that we feel grateful about, and it's not just a generic good. But if you're not comfortable sharing in chat, that is fine. I still encourage you to think of that yourself.
Bow your head.
One thing I would say is that I am grateful that the chat UI on screen is actually not having a huge delay today. Another thing I'm grateful for. Now, this is not actually today, but it was yesterday. Late yesterday. So my mom was driving back to my grandparents' place. Oh well, my extended family's place. And it was raining quite heavily for a big part of yesterday. During her travel times. So I am grateful that she was able to just traverse safely without any incident.
No touching. This is long overdue. Off to the freezer. A first complete.
Hey CRYO,
Let the world.
welcome to the stream. Extra cool.
Settle down.
That you don't even know how much I am resisting my habit of just yelling random stuff right now. Team locking in the soft boy top.
Add up.
Lock in. Lock in.
나뭇잎을 말린 다음 종이 사이에 넣어서 끼워두면 예쁘고 유용한 책갈피를 만들 수 있어. 이런 천둥 소리가 엄청 크네. 머리가 울릴 정도야. 귀가 바람 때문에 뒤집히겠어. 덥다. 이렇게 독한 햇빛이라면 서리꽃도
Tonari
녹아버리겠지.
jump scare.
아, 생각해보니까
You guessed
그럴 일은
correctly.
없겠네.
Congrats. Tonari jump scare.
Oh.
Time itself is a silent song.
No, let's see. I believe that should be all I need to farm for today. Oh no, I forgot. I forgot. I should have farmed for visual material talent. And it's Wednesday today. Oh well. Gonna have to put it off and oh, hold on. I can do this. I can do that. Speaking of the Korean, you can read Korean? Wow, really? You're in no way fluent, you just learned to read it 5 years ago. Do you perhaps have any extended family, maybe either through... What is it called? What's the word? I don't usually use this word, so I'm not sure what it's called in English, but the family of the husband or wife of a sibling, what is that called? There's a specific word for that. Legal brother? Something? But yeah, so basically the question, I got sidetracked. The question is, is anyone in your family or extended family is from Korea that you learn to be able to understand them and communicate with them better? Or it's just something that you do as a hobby? In-laws? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I was like, okay, so let me read a little bit when I was yapping. Your cousin and her husband went to Korea 3 years ago. Oh, right. That's the closest you got him? Gotcha. Just has a massive K-pop face. Absolutely valid. It's kind of fascinating to me that K-pop has been bleeding into the Western pop culture quite seamlessly now. Say about 10 years ago, K-pop is still something that's just Asia exclusive. I know a lot of my friends, either just from high school or college, were listening to it. But seeing more and more people recognizing K-pop over the world, it's a different feeling. Silla Lee House song? Nice. Oh wait, I should get the music volume back. I was turning it down for the Tonari Korean voice before. There are a lot of groups these days that heavily rely on Western fan base.
Oz revealed. Hands where I can see 'em.
Me,
Warning.
Chu, and Real.
Let's light it up. Nice and spicy.
Not entirely true. There are a lot of my viewers that are also from Asia.
Race you. Shadow Raven. Let not. Justice will prevail.
Did I just whiff that?
Everybody stand back.
non-official. Thank you.
Drop your weapons.
Some of the monster domains are still a pain to farm up until today because how restrictive they are in terms of elemental and which element we need to clear them. And that's after they have done some changes to it.
Oh, teamwork is dreamwork.
I remember back in around 5.0 they have changed a lot of the older domains
Let's light it up.
to be easier to farm already. Does anyone still remember some of the domains have, well, this domain specifically,
Off we go. Everybody stand back.
it used to have some kind of aura, some frigid aura that reduce our stamina.
Hands where I can see them.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Wait, really? Come on.
Off we go. I'm going in.
Some other domain has,
On reveal by
I think, an constantly striking electro thingy around us. You change your language to Korean. Let me read some of these names and see how ridiculous they are. Yensan go Yansa. Technically, that's very similar. Yansa. One more time.
adventure time. By royal decree, justice will prevail. Stuck in.
Any of them that's really out there?
Everybody stand back. Nice and spicy. Let's light it up.
Hey Nessie! Good to see ya. How was the gaming session last night with Kitana? Or
Get them.
how do you call her? Aoi? Aoi?
Hands where I can see them. Final warning. Wings of darkness. Off we go. Out of the frying pan. Into the... I summon thee. I'm going in.
Too much resonance behavior.
Toast. Nice and spicy. Justice
I
will
think that's a
prevail.
good thing.
Drop your weapons.
When I was logging off to get my lunch, I think you two were still fighting some local legends. And you specifically, Nessie, was reprimanding Kitana or yelping for help. I cannot remember. Shan Yun của Han Yun. These are some very. I'm pretty sure they have different texts, like non-alphabetical text as well. But the sound, the phonical sound of them are pretty close to the original name. Well, technically it's also not original name because it's from China. It's pretty close. Gamyang, Gamyang, Gamyang. What does his name sound like? Food. You're innocent, you swear. We'll wait for Kitana to be here to be the judge of that. Really? one of it is missing. Okay, let's see. What if I use Xingqiu here? Nice, very nice. And if I have 25 of these books, I think Xingqiu will be able to help me, right? Very nice. Alright, min-maxing complete. Still need a few more books for this. But it's better than before. Sucrose is weirdest because there is for sure a way to spell her name in the English pronunciation. But they went with Sultan. Huh, Sultan, Sucrose, Sultan. Maybe the Chinese pronunciation of Sucrose was different as well. So maybe the English version is already different. And as we keep translating different words to different language, they get more and more different. Oh yeah, I was gonna do the Imaginarium Theater on my alternate account as well, while we're talking more or learning more about the reaction as well. Then we can talk more about it. Let me go ahead and condense the resin in my main account first. You're safe, she's in here. Saved by the bell, indeed. Yeah, I see. Well. Hope you have a fine day today. It's probably also morning time for you. Discord chatting channel? Alright. Shriyang, I cannot read what this is. Oh, a Nemo.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Wait, what? No, I don't think that's what it is. I think that is... What? Wait, what? Huh. Was that happening on my stream? Or was that from somewhere else?
Rise like smoke.
And in the morning. Arise and shine, baby.
What?
Arise and shine. Sucrose is another word for a type of sugar, and the Korean translation. Korean.
Add after.
Sugar. Hello, sugar.
Add as.
Sucrose's name in Chinese is Sha Tang. Ah, we are going around the world to learn new languages lesson today. Does Sha Tang means anything in particular in Chinese? Xingqiu's fun. Heng Shu. Heng Shu. Heng Shu. Hang. I know the Q is
Going into a
pronounced
risky for my-
ch. In the generally the more Chinese name, the Li Yue character names. But Hang, I don't know if Korean people pronounce H as S or not, sing, as in sing or not. Hold on, what am I doing? I was gonna look at which character to level up. Oh, right. Daya, Auron. I will honestly look to level up Mika. What's his constellation here? See 2, which is nothing to write home about, but sure. Which boss does this boy need? Oh my god, this one. Okay. Surely. Building Mega? Yeah. Xiao Gong is Xiao. Xiao? You forgot Mika existed again? Bad, Nessie. Bad. How do I kill this boss again? I've never really fought this boss. I know there's some kind of gimmick regarding... Yep, it just hides. Period. It just hides.
Everybody stand back! Show them
I cannot even set up with this. Oh, here we go. There's the time, I think. Nope.
Teamwork is dreamwork! You two!
Please. Just in time. It's gone again.
Get to work!
Woo. I have no idea what happened there, but I killed the boss. You built your Mega a while ago, but he's only C4, so it's pretty underwhelming. I think Mega would just be underwhelming. Regardless. His C6 is pretty good for Eula though. His C6 I think is improving the critical damage. The physical.
I created another...
Remind me to turn channel back on again, if I forget. Increase crit damage of physical attacks by 60%. It's pretty good. And also some quality of life for his other talents. I don't remember exactly what it does, but I think it's increasing physical damage bonus. Alright, I turn it back. The main reason I'm leveling up Mika right now is for Skirk. I just want to have a few healer options for Skirk to see whether I will be able to pat in the missing Escovia slot or not.
novel from Yai Publishing House.
Hey Riyang, just messaged me on in-game. That means Yoimiya. Xiao Gong is Yoimiya? Huh? Okay. Swore it. Yeah. I think I did that. Thank you, Ari. Xiao is just so. So? Rocker X! Hello! Welcome back to the stream. Mega is physical Scara. The difference between Mega and Scara is... well, Sarah, not Scara. Sarah is not the only one that's good at doing that. Meanwhile, Mika is actually usable even before C6.
Light it up!
Don't mind me.
Suffer the wrath of Eastling!
Where's the thing? Where's the thing?
Wrath from the sky!
Wow. We saw nothing, chat.
Try and stop me!
Wow. Sarah and Co-op Abyss gonna be healed? Oh, also.
You two! Time to end them! Everybody stand! Light up the blazing sun!
Thank you. The attack speed he gives is good. It's pretty decent, yes. So it's pretty good from C0 as well. But obviously his value goes up with Constellation. I think Sarah is a character that is still heavily dependent on cooldown, so I don't think she will provide much more in co-op Abyss than regular Abyss. Her skill cooldown is 10 seconds. Even if she is on field in a 20-second rotation, we can probably at most use 2 times of this. But it is indeed that her buffs will potentially can affect everyone in the team. So that is good. That aspect is good. Unlike Ian-san, whose buffing doesn't work in co-op at all, period, doesn't. 18-second buff duration? Wait, who? When 18? That's 6 seconds. Sarah is notoriously the character that buffs shortest for the shortest duration in the game. Probably not the shortest, maybe someone is buffing shorter. I do not remember how long Mona is buffing. This is only 6 seconds. Once again, this is also 6 seconds. Does her Constellation buffs a lot longer? No, it's also just 6 seconds, right? Yeah. Mona's 8 seconds.
Burn it down! Bring it!
I keep expecting this thing to go away, but it doesn't.
Off we go! Suffer the wrath of Eastling! Get to work!
This thing's gonna go away right now.
Adventure time!
Please.
Off we go! I'm going in! Wrath from the sky!
I hate farming this boss. Like 6 second over 10 second cooldown is way better than 6 second on, like, say, 20 second rotation. That's true. That's true. And if we can chain that with her burst, that will be 6 seconds, and then 6 seconds from burst, and then 6 seconds more when the skill is off cooldown again. So it can be 18 seconds over a 22 second rotation. That's pretty good if you chain everything perfectly. Hey Danny, good to see you. Hopefully the Italian people will not gonna chase you after tomorrow. I hope you are not breaking the pasta when you cook it. If not, then you're fine. Italian people are nice. But not if you ruin the pasta. Where's my makeup?
I hope I'll be able to provide more useful intelligence and help take some weight off of your shoulders.
The best buffer in your opinion is Benny and Farazan 4-star. Farazan is really good at what she does. It's just that we do not have more modern Anemo DPS to make use what she does. Farazan is also technically kind of 3 characters in one, similar to Escofia. She buffs Anemo damage bonus, she reduces enemies' Anemo resistance, and she also it's at C6. It's a mountain of a battery. 4, 8, I need 12 of these, so let's continue killing this boss, despite my revulsion in doing so. Plunge C6 Lynette.
Let's light it up. Show no mercy.
What's the difference from Xiao, really?
Time to hit pyroclastic surge.
Nice! Did it at least once, chat. It's pure luck right there. Aussie, you say it like it's a bad thing. If we deals Pyro instead of a Nemo, then we can use Bennett, Sidlali, Salonen. Not bad, but not Xiao. Wait a minute, I just realized you're gonna need actually Bennett, Xianyun, Silonen. Every plunging character ever in the game.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
You'll be leaving the chat but not the stream. You must do the show and free Dory and Bongo.
Rap from the skies.
Well then, let's see. I do certainly hope you enjoy the cozy stream experience in the background. And if Kitana comes around, I'll make sure she will be able to trash talk you to the best of her ability while you're not noticing. Pyro Xiao is more than a Nemo at this point. Give him Pyro Vision. You see my Varsa real quick? Okay, bet. XDD. Takes a little bit of time to load. We'll return to it when it is finished loading. Mika is also good with Furina because team-wide healing and healing over time than NA. Yeah, that is the reason why I was planning to use Mika with Furina and Skirk.
Add Ash.
That's the reason why I'm building Mika right now. Generally, the characters that does normal attack has hit lag, and Eula is a character that cannot really make use of the attack speed buff very well because her... I can explain hit lag, but to put it simply, the Claymore characters are usually more clunky and they have to wait a long time between their attacks anyway. They cannot really make use of attack speed. Sword characters is a little bit better. Bow characters or ranged catalyst character can make very good use of that though. So we'll see whether we can have a physical bow character that is actually designed to be physical bow character, then it's actually good. Or a catalyst. Then they can make use of full Mega Skid. This is Escovia last team, yes. I make the deliberate decision to not pull Escovia on this account. Really?
Burn it down!
Subtitle? Yeah. I managed to figure that out over the weekend. We will see whether that is helpful for people or do people just listen to me anyway and don't use it. Potentially helpful for people that is in a crowded place or noisy place and you cannot really hear me speaking. Or you have the stream on mute. But the position of the subtitle may also impede on Genshin subtitle when I'm doing a quest. So I'm gonna have to reposition it to somewhere.
My lance and crossbow.
Physical Fisher, surely. Surely. You can technically play physical Yoimiya by not using her skill. You're playing physical Yoimiya. You have Escovia, Purina, Shenhe, and Yelan. So you could have a perfect team with Skirk, but you don't want her. That's absolutely fine. Like, we don't have to pull for a character we don't like.
Let's light it up!
That is generally gonna impede with our enjoyment of the game. Stream on milk? What do you mean? What do you mean stream on milk? Ayo? Ayo? When you have subtitle, it remembers to not say I love Hitler. MC.
Bring it!
Wow. That is a thing.
Warning.
Where is yeah. Let's see if the website has finished loading. Oh, I see. %100% grid rate. Nice. Love to see it. Love to see it. 10, 6, 9, exactly how I would level it up. Very nice amount of energy recharge. Very comfortable for any team she's gonna play in. 22 great substance in total. I would prefer to see maybe like 2 or 3 attack substats somewhere. But this is fine. This is a good build already. 1 to 2, as close to 1 to 2 crit rate to crit damage ratio as possible. This is a good build. Should be around potentially top 2%. $9.99 talents on the way. Even for Varsa, I would prefer. For Varsa, I would prefer to level the normal attack talent to 10 rather than level the skill talent to 9 from 6.
Rev the engines!
Okay, where is this flower? Apparently, maybe it's up there? It is not. I am blindly following the minimap right now and just clicking F to collect stuff. I mean to pay respect to the land. Oh, that's the thing. Wait, where is it? Where is it? So many of them. You would use an off-piece cup instead. Oh, but that build, let me take a look at it again. Maybe there is, yeah, let's see which piece is among the most replaceable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. Ah, this is very replaceable. This is very replaceable. Slightly difficult because you're gonna need stats that are not crit rate. You can only get 1 crit rate from this. But I believe a circlet with ER and attack will be good. Attack percent, just attack, flat attack
How
from
many
this.
forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2. Not so many as I thought.
Let me see.
Get to them tomorrow.
939 times 5 divided by 100. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. 1 attack percent worth around 3 flat attack. Who does the monster specialty again? Adelancely? Mika? It is Mika. I'm currently having Mika in the party again. Here, so I can see the specialty on the map.
Bring it!
Does a new plunge set work for Dialog? So. It's slightly slightly better. But mostly it's because he does not really have a set for plunging before. The problem with stacking the passive of the artifact set on Dialog is it is also taking a little bit long. Have I gotten all the hook in here? I think I have. I have not. Where is it? Where? Where? This 97% crit rate should be good. You can barely get above 80. I think it's just a matter of it's just a matter of having the intention of keep looking for them. I've never collected these before. I think the main character that has Hoofhook as the material other than Mika is Razor, and I've never really built Razor. Yeah, this thing seems terrible to walk around and collect. Am I free to join Adult's World? Not right now, Shriyat. Appreciate the offer. I just do what I can right now in terms of collecting stuff, and I plan to go to the Imaginarium Theater in my alt account just about now. Where's the boy? Where is the boy? Oh, he's in the party. He's up here. Okay, we're gonna save this for later. What is the 4-piece? You only know it buffs plunge attack. Okay. We can actually look at it from here. Right here, I think. Can I? Can I? No, I cannot. For some reason. Can I? No. Okay. Long Night Oath. We can actually look at it in game as well. Plunge attack 25%. Basically, the 4-piece set is a little bit gimmicky to enable everything. After we enable everything, it's gonna be 100% plunge attack. But to get there, we're gonna need to use both plunge attack, charge attack, and elemental skill to hit opponent. This is very Varesa coded. Varesa use skill, use plunge, and use charged attacks. This is not working very well for Gaming because Gaming is just plunging. His skill actually doesn't do damage, his skill counts as plunging damage. Diluc also just plunges. And any pyro plunging character doing skill in general, like in terms of Diluc or doing a charge attack, they will mess up with the CRYO aura. It's a little bit gimmicky to stack this to be the best possible if your name is not Varesa. You just got your PC yesterday? Congrats! Now we can welcome you to the world of PC gaming, along with the other things that a PC can do as well. Just among other things. Escovia Plunge, it is actually good. Yes, it is actually good. Escovia is a character that can continuously apply CRYO alongside with Silale. And then her normal attack is free, or her plunge attack is free to be infused with Pyro. It is actually a very good team for that reason alone. I should do that from the meme. In my account that has Escovia, which is this account, I do have that full team. Well, I do not have Bennett C6, that's the problem. And I can... Sidali I can potentially just replace with Rosaria and call it a day, but I'm gonna need Bennett C6 for that as well. Which is a long way away. See, but it's still his best in slot? Yes, it is still his best in slot. Generally, Diluc can have... Let me check again. Generally, I think on average, Diluc will have 4 stacks of this. We'll plunge, plunge, plunge. Plunge. I'm just gonna be conservative and say that generally Diluc will have 3 stacks of this. Unless you go out of your way to do either a skill or a charge attack, which does reduce or which does increase rotation time, or messing up Cryo Aura. Diluc will get 25, 15. Diluc will generally get 70 on average, 70% damage, plunging damage bonus from this set, which is still good for him. Certainly better than 2-piece attack, or 2-piece pyro, or just 2-piece plunge.
Come take a look.
Yuzu, welcome back to the stream. You love playing stupid team. I love playing stupid team. Stupid team that is also somewhat like there are a lot of stupid teams, but stupid teams that can be optimized, those are the general things that I like as well.
Today's recommendation is the steak.
What keys do you use for Genshin? What do you mean? Default? Yeah, I do. Keyboard test.
Today's recommendation is the steak.
Hold on. Why is this website taking so long to load? Yeah, these are the keys that I use. Hold on, no. Need to reset this. I cannot. Okay. Keyboard visualizer.
Speaking my name in humble supplication. Today's recommendation
Is this a website? No, hold on. Where's the website? Is this the website? Ah, there we go. Yep. These are the keys I use. Basically the default keys. This is movement, and I use my mouse. This is burst, this is skill, which is, people will say Q and E a lot when talking about rotation. And switch characters, basically that.
I created another universe and founded paradise.
It's very basic. This is a map.
And the Prinzessin
Generally I use the different F keys for shortcuts. What would the new reaction of CRYO and DENDRO and when it will come?
It's been quite busy recently.
This is a perfect segue to start talking about that. Jizu, have you tried the Imaginarium Theater of this month? If you have, you will see a CRYO and DENDRO quote-unquote reaction in here. If you have not, we're gonna do that right now. So worry not. Strap in. Now the reason that I believe this will be a real reaction in Genshin soon is because of the visual aspect that they have put in here. I think that can be used as asset when this reaction becomes a real reaction in Genshin. Also, a new version is coming soon. As in 6.0 and a new region is coming. I hope this is not something that we can fully expect, but I think there's a strong case to be made for this DENDRO and CRYO becoming a real thing in the game. Today we will be after, well, I can show you the reaction in the theater, and then after I clear it on this alternate account of mine, I have already cleared it on my main account 2 days ago. Then after I've cleared it, we can talk more about this reaction and what happens if it is in the real game and not just in this game mode. Your friend with AZERTY keyboard, you're like, what do you mean you use A for bus? They can do DENDRO Swirl and Crystallize next, hopefully, otherwise DENDRO Geo anymore IT gonna be so sad. I certainly hope they do something about a Nemo, Geo and DENDRO situation. They are not reacting with each other at all. They are kind of the outcast reaction that only react with the Pyro, Hydro, Electro, Cryo, Core reaction. You have a question about Fischl, yeah? She's good in Aggravate because of her talent, but her talent also suggests that she wants attack, so you build EM or attack. They are equal. They are of equal value. And whichever you build for... So just the Sun can be a switch between EM and attack. If you use attack Sun, find EM substat. If you use EM Sun, find attack substat. In Aggravate. If she's not in Aggravate, attack Sun 100%. And for Goblet, it's always gonna be Electro. For Circlet, it's always gonna be Crit. This much work for not using? Nah, companies maxify its profit. I agree. I think precisely because they have put the visual aspect in here that they're gonna continue making the thing. Let me go ahead and grab, I think, my own Baressa. Is this good? I don't think it's good. Let me check. It's also... It's solid. Should I grab Silali? Silali is a valid option. It's a very valid option. Yeah, I'll grab Silali. Checking. Oh, I have a lot of cryo. Never mind. I have a lot of cryo. DENDRO. Oh, I know. Okay. Boom. Let's go. This is this reaction. I think they are already calling it. This is probably gonna be the name, Rhyme Grass, which is a cool name. We are not sure what this reaction is doing in the real version yet, because this is honestly a little bit overtuned right now, but I think it is only for theater. So this thing does two things. First, it just makes the opponent affected by Rhyme Grass to taking 45% increased cryo and DENDRO damage, period. It's just a free scroll artifact set, period. Other than that, here's a bonus thing. It's summoning a thing on the ground that continuously do AoE, cryo and DENDRO damage to the enemy every 2 seconds, and this thing can be created every 0.5 seconds. Anemo and Geo is almost equal, if not for Vivi existing. Yeah, I think they are trying to make Geo somewhat equal with Bolai. Wait, not Bolai. Archaic Petra. That's what I meant to say. But it's just not the same. There are so many. There are so many. characters that won for bonus sword in this account. He can get away with this, sure. She can probably get away with this. Boom. Good enough. He's fine. Potentially get the full set going on here. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is a little bit rough. All around, you don't need that. Give it here. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Done. This gal is not done. Good. This gal is good. This guy is okay. This girl is okay. This guy is okay. Finally, this gal is okay. Okay, we're done. Let's go. Page are too hard to proc, and the payback is not as good as VP. I agree. I agree. AOE increased, trigger interval. I guess we're going all in catalyze. Cyno, it's time to shine. You're not using ER on Lisa. I'm just not gonna use her burst at all. I swap to her and then swap to a main DPS to get TTDS, and that's it. That's the plan. Cyno's time to shine. Just gonna put GG here. Am I sacrificing official here? Should be fine, right? Am I gonna cook? Am I? Am I?
Midnight, fantastic! Go!
I did not cook. Jeez. Okay, hold on. Let me get a little bit higher music volume going on here. Been chilling music. Cozy vibe as I slay some IT enemy. It's the literal giant. I mean, it was charging away. Like that.
No rest for...
Chi does something. I don't know what she does. She does something.
on your soul. Stay condemned.
Did she really do something? We never know.
Penance is due.
Just like we rehearsed. Orders given. Orders received.
Surrender. Judgment is upon us.
This Shino does the job. She does cryo, which is actually useful if I have the rhyme grass reaction right now. No cap. Chi actually feels useful if I have that reaction, because just applying cryo is enough for it to be OP. They will very likely tune it down in the real game version. Let's grab a companion, why not? I'm gonna grab the free thing first. Blessing costs more. Companion costs less. That is a lot of nothing right there. Catalyze again? Sure, I'll take that. Electro and Dendro damage bonus. 50% electro and Dendro damage bonus. Okay. Elemental Mastery. What if I could do this? I don't care. What if I do this? Sure, why not? I'm gonna rely on what the game's giving me for damage rather than buffing my own damage. Why not? Sounds like a plan. Sounds like absolutely a plan.
I hear you've got a job for me.
Here, watch Sino damage. Watch, chat. Free cryo application over 30 seconds. You jest, but that is actually enough for the rhyme grass reaction. It happens once every 10 seconds. We can get rid of this team. Watch, Sino's gonna go to work.
Midnight Phantasmical.
Life goes on. Opening bags of Adeptrix. Go.
Nowhere to run. Your sins
Where's your
will
bus?
upon your
Thank
soul.
you.
Which will escape guilty.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Gotta make sure to get the ranged enemy. That is an ER problem. That is certainly an ER problem. Please, Polly, which bow are you using? Oh no, that explains. I keep trying to see Fab Prop.
Life goes on.
Through me, justice is served. Your penance is due.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. Easy clap. That's a star. Easy clap, chat. Varesa can take care of this boss. I'm going to grab the superconducting. Just so that I can play a cryo with Varesa. Superconducting, it's really funny. I'm gonna show you it in a moment. This is what superconduct does in this. After triggering superconduct, decrease the cryo and electro resistance. And some physical stuff. But it's almost like they're realizing, I guess not everyone is really using physical. I guess so. hit this. Sure. More cryo and electro damage. Let's go. Varisa will take care of this, and I'm just gonna throw in some trash characters in here. Don't mind me. physical Varisa meta. Let's go. Should I throw in a Kirara? You know what? Sure. I have a lot more cryo characters. Should probably be fine. She's back from the dead!
You can't run. Punish.
It's a shame that I'm still not getting the rhyme grass thing yet.
Orders received.
This would have been a really cool team if there's the rhyme grass.
Hero incoming. It's justice o'clock. It's justice o'clock.
Just very something. Double plays! Welcome back to the stream. We are clearing the imaginary theater on my old account, and then we're gonna talk about the rhyme grass. All the cool kids nowadays talk about the rhyme grass. This may be hard. I want something that I can stall and not have to waste characters. Looking at this lineup, I will probably use something like Layla, Mika, Rosaria, and maybe Kirara, and I'm just gonna stall. So if that is the case, I'm gonna reset to find something easy. Yes, this is the one we can stall. What is this subtitle thing? It is a subtitle. It is about 69% correct of what I am saying. But that's all you need from me, chat, right? When you do this, you got so lucky, Kinech and Shangling at the same time. That's a restart angle. We need to immediately take the attention of the robot away, which is fine. We are cheesing this.
Yeah! Lights out. My guiding stars. Cold. Nice.
Very good. So, we have 3 minutes to talk, chat. We have 3 minutes to talk. You got Shangling and Kinech at the same time? That's really good. I'm kind of having to wait for Shangling and Kinech at the same time. Otherwise, they will not work out very well. Talking? Let's see your bike.
Not now.
Yeah, let's keep going, team.
You obviously don't know, but Kitana was here. Confirming my suspicion
My guiding star.
about the co-op. 2 shielder and a healer.
You can't run.
We do.
Not now.
We do. It's
Neutralizing threats.
the absolute necessary thing.
Yeah.
The bare minimum. That is the strategy always in theater. The bare minimum that works. And I am going to get the star here, Chad. I am going to get star. Oh no! Oh no! It figured out! It figured out! Oh shit!
Now's our chance.
Oh no!
Cole, line to command. Judgment. Shiver.
Engaging.
Coming through.
That is a shame.
Service with a smile.
Gonna have to try harder with the taunting here.
You can't run.
Leave the wounded to me. Providing cover fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rosaria skill making it lose me? Maybe.
Don't be scared. My guiding stars.
No, it's not. It is turning away.
Red delivery.
It is still turning away. But that's fine. We have 10 seconds to kill. It was being smart, but not smart enough.
Stars, shine for me.
No! Owie! You're in the shower? It's okay. She did not actually come by. Oh, was she? Come on, game. Give me the rhyme grass. Give me the cool new stuff. Sure, you know what? I'll get the thing. Sure. Why not? I have to max out every single reaction before I get a single rhyme grass, chat. Not I refuse. I'm just gonna get companion.
Deal. I'm in.
He's in! Refresh. Oh, it's not the most atrocious thing in the world. Even though I won Rhyme Grass, I think I should also save some refresh for when I actually need it, not when I want to use it. Is this actually a Kinich angle? Holy crap. I can afford to use Nahida here because I actually have Kinich to deal with the boss that needs DENDRO. So Frina, Mika, and just Layla. I'm gonna send her away. It would be so much cooler if I actually have the Rhyme Grass thing.
The night is cold.
Providing cover fire. Now's our chance.
Yeah, this way through the Temple of Wisdom.
Yeah.
But I don't, so this is basically just a Purina show.
Strike a pose. Let the world come alive. Now, my guiding stars.
Final warning. Leave the wounded.
Grow. Make yourselves a move.
Actually, a bloom team with Danilo.
Committed to memory. Let my name echo in song.
I guess my Purina was good enough to be the carry in this instance.
Now's your chance.
Grow. Share my knowledge.
Woo! You're playing with your heart there? Where's the bestie AoE? Owie. You know what? I apologize. I was messing with you there. Kitana, Aoi did not come by. Oh, there we go. Holy crap. Rhyme grass. Please, I can finally look at this beautiful thing on the ground. You cry? I'm sorry. Here, pat. And this is for me. For tugging on your heartstring. The Aoi was a lie. Friendship was a lie. What is this team? A team that works. That's what it is.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Look at the amazing reaction on the ground right here. Increasing my damage by 45%.
You're free now.
Of course. Of course. Who needs burning? When my damage is just 45% better.
Bow before your king. Committed to memory. Born of
I think it's not 45%. Speaking of the devil, Kitana has been summoned. I would like to have an Escofia, thank you. Just an
Utensils at
insurance.
the ready.
And then we're gonna go all in Rhyme Rush for the cool stuff. You are happiness. Happy. What is the song again? Oh, wait. I should not use Ganyu here. I should use Escofia. And Shangli. Why not?
Yeah.
You didn't go to bed after natlan? Oh, bad. Bad Hana.
Attack the frosting. The pinnacle of excellence. At the right hand, into the fire. He's this. Hero incoming.
Still playing after friend has gone away? Bad Kitana. Playing alone? Not in this economy.
Let my name echo in song. A little amuse bouche. At first, flavor.
Give me the rhyme grass. Give me the rhyme grass. Give me more rhyme grass. I cannot take it. Dang it. I only have level 3 rhyme grass. Alright, chat. Look at my rhyme grass, chat. Look at my new and shiny reaction, chat. What is this? Don't worry about it. It's good, I think. What is this? No, don't worry. Don't you worry, you pretty head.
Shadow of the past, mine to command.
Attack the frosting. Spirit on the loose.
Access denied. For Rex Lapis.
Farewell. Tell me what you see.
Look at the damage. That's all you need to worry about? Oh, the damage is kind of poo-poo. It's decent. It is decent.
To the freezer. Tentacle of excellence.
Born of ice and frost.
Not too far now. Time to say hello. Locked on.
Wow. Nessie is not allowed to curse. If she does, it's a doppelganger. What? Really? Oh no. Oh no. Kitana, listen to me and listen close. And make sure the doppelganger doesn't hear us, okay? Listen close. From the moment Nessie appeared on stream, they have cursed 3.5 times. 3.5 times. So I think I am 3.5 times certain that it is a doppelganger. What should we do about this? We should not let the doppelganger know that we has realized, otherwise it's gonna take over our body too. Raw! Hello Linux, you are joining us in a very particular moment. We are suspecting that there is a doppelganger replacing one of our chatter. Are you also a doppelganger? Hush now. Do not let the doppelganger know. Wait, that's a friend of the doppelganger. No, we have lost chat. The wolves are here. We're gonna need to gather the villagers. Your voice is calming. No, I will not be deceived. I will not be deceived. Is you the friend? Why do you have 2 accounts? This is so sus. Why are you the doppelganger? Because by association, you are the friend of Nessie, who has proven to be the doppelganger today. Aoi or Kitana has helped us identify it. You're human? Human? But are you a burb? Are you? Luna is a little schizo. Hold on. Is DENDRO and CRYO an actual reaction? It's only a thing in theater for now, which we have just cleared. But we're gonna, after clearing and after seeing more of the reaction, today I plan to just do a little bit of light theory crafting on what if this reaction is a real reaction in the game, then what kind of weird themes can we now play and it will actually be valid. Who is the character that can benefit from this? Hi Glee! Why? This is entirely sus, okay? You're acting very sus, Chad. Am I in a simulation? Why are there a sudden influx of people coming in that knows each other so well? Are you part of the mafia organization that is here to threaten me to take the stream down? Just because I switched to ASMR for one stream, the government is here to grab the back of my neck? FBI, open up! You're part of the Fachui. Oh shit. But that's actually fine. Oh, if you're the Fachui, welcome in. Hi. Hello, this is Timmy's bird. Hi. We are actually okay with Fachui. We just don't like the FBI. FBI, open up! Glee is Chai, you're Alec, and Lynn is Signora. Oh, you mean Ash? Ash mentioned? The code of Timmy. It begins. Spread the good words, the holy words of the burp. I'll grab the lock, sure, why not? Every other character is a little bit so-so. Are you allowed to curse here? But if you curse, you would prove yourself to be a doppelganger. Nah, you can curse. You silly goose. You can curse. Just keep it to a moderate level. And use that in funny ways rather than actually directed toward like people while being angry. Generally, we try to foster a good vibe in the chat, a friendly, wholesome vibe. Family friendly is a little bit questionable. It's a little bit, just a little bit. Octopus balls? Balls. Oh, Linux just subscribed. Thank you. My current reaction. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Stop. Okay, okay. Let me bring out my ultimate weapon. Chat, let me bring out my ultimate weapon. Long-time stream watcher may already know what is going on. And this is actually something that Kitana has shown me. Okay? You're in for a ride. We're gonna look at Korean Tanari.
이런 천둥 소리가 엄청 크네. 머리가 울릴 정도야. 귀가 바람 때문에 뒤집히겠어. 덥다. 이렇게 독한 햇빛이라면 서리꽃도 녹아버리겠지. 생각해보니까 그럴 일은 들어봐. 아침 이슬이 나뭇잎에 떨어지는 소리야. 점심시간에는 나무에 앉아서 나뭇가지 사이로 새어나오는 햇빛을 보며 멍 때리는 걸 좋아해.
We listened to this back when we were making the fanboy tier list. Which characters in Genshin are considered fanboy. Tonari was one particular character that we couldn't decide on. Some people say he was a fanboy, I say he was a dude. And then after listening to some of those voice lines, let's say some opinions have been changed. Venti? Yeah, Venti. It was I don't think Venti was actually having the English voice in the last version, right? It was a shame. I was playing the game mostly in Japanese because the English voice is a situation nowadays. Not sure, Venti. Fanboy fanboyization. That's me. Lenny is a twink, not fanboy. What's the difference between twink and fanboy? I'm gonna need some experts in the chat to let me know. Aren't twink just fanboy? It was a rocket at the time. A huge difference, sure. Oh, I'm loading something new today. Please, by all means, Linux, enlighten me. Please. Femboy is a boy who is feminine, okay? And a twink is... Go ahead. Timmy trying to put gaming in fanboy? I did not. Stop putting words in my mouth. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Do a Mika voice? I don't think I can. You know what? Sure. Mika, Wiki, Genshin. Twink is just guy bottom, but like fanboy, acts like over-sexualized, and it's more of an internet persona. So, acting overly sexualized. I guess we needed the new tier list. Twink is Hazel? Is he though? He doesn't seem to fit that description. He does not acting overly sexualized. Like from that description, I am hearing that the fanboy and the boy who acts feminine, and they are just very casual about it. Twink are the people that is very over the top and have a little bit of show off about that aspect of themselves. It seems that chat is having a massive disagreement among each other.
Oh, we'd better stay battle ready. Our next mission could...
We better stay battle ready. Our next mission could start at any time.
Huh. Could this wind be a sign from the Animo Archon? Or is it just a result of the terrain's effect on the atmosphere?
Could this wind be a sign from the Animo Archon? Or is it just a result of the terrain's effects on the atmosphere? Your daily dose of Timmy's Bird voice acting. You're welcome. You want to play Genshin again? Yeah, go ahead and play. It is generally a game that best experience in whatever amount that you want to. If at any point you're feeling like you're doing it out of obligation to get more resources, just stop. play to a level that you are satisfied with, and then log off. Don't worry about number of pulls, number of primogem, because if you don't want to play the game, they do not matter anyway. You and Leylines XDD. Your phone suck. Wow, now that's an entirely different reason, and that is something I cannot help because that is a skill issue.
I created another universe.
You're back. You tried playing the game in Korean and got tired.
I summon thee.
There, case in point, chat. Case in point. Look at that show. We're talking about burnout. We're talking about playing game to your satisfactory level. If a game feels like you are having to study Korean, it may just be a smidge less fun. Alright, chat. I think we went on a huge tangent. Let me try to bring back to a... Yeah, we can continue for like 5 more minutes, so that when we are on the dot, on the hour, we're gonna start our discussion about the rhyme grass reaction. Oh, yeah, let people have fun. No, that's just cabbage. Make me a name for DENDRO plus CRYO. What is that? Frozen veggie? What would you call that? Why are you doing UID? There's nothing showing up, literally. That's not a command. Freeze-dried peas. Frozen peas. What server am I on? I am on Asia server. Very occasionally, once in a very long while, read maybe once per month, I log into my America account, mostly because Kitana asked me to, so that she can play and do some Saurian racing. Caesar salad, Cryodendro. Nice. I'm gonna collect all of these names. You know what? I'm gonna note all of them down. Hold on. And I'm gonna mention all of these names in one of my videos talking about this reaction. Dendro Cryo reaction.
I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
Caesar salad, freeze-dried peas,
Absolutely fine, main
frozen pea. Why is everyone on Asia? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, wrong sound effect. Ah, found it.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because you would never understand.
Get an Europe account! It's a little bit of too much effort. Hello, J Master. Welcome into the stream.
And the Prinzessin differ.
Frozen glass? Okay. You can only find Alikino, Columina, and Sandron. What do you mean when you can only find them? Columina and Sandron are not even in the game yet. Salad, chicken crisps, honey mustard, dressing, purple. America's population versus the Asia population. I mean, I think a lot of people in chat right now is playing in America server, right? Because they are Nessie's and Kindana's friend. Honey mustard? Honey mustard is actually good. I like honey mustard. Excuse you. how do you? Okay, mustache. I almost typed this.
I created another universe and found.
Frostbloom. All right. That is probably enough names to be put into a video. Geo and Cryo would be 100% be permafrost. I don't exactly see the reference there. Adaptation goes cold because plants adapt to overcome the cold. Okay. Luna and Clear Asia. Oh, really? Honey mustard and fresh warm pretzel. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Children. Glee, Vic. Glee is Vicky. Wait, Lynn. I thought you were Lynn.
May the glory of the princesses bring light to
Then
this world.
Luna said to call Lynn Vicky. All right, I'm gonna pass on that discussion. I'm gonna pass on that discussion. Did we get adopt you? Absolutely. So just fill into these paperwork right here. Yeah. I'm gonna need your social security number. I'm gonna need your bank account, and make sure your card, your credit card number. Make sure to turn on the other side. Tell me the 3 numbers on the other side, as well as the expiration date of the
I
card.
created another universe and found.
Don't forget to give me your driver license as well, just so that I can adopt you legally. And after we are done with all of those process, we'll see. She is 12. In that case, you're banned. I'm sorry. My stream is only for people of 18 years and above, of 18 years old and
I hear
above.
the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.
You've been found now to be a kid. Not because it has any weird content. No, that's maybe perhaps one of the reasons, but not the main reason. We respect our waifu and husband in a very respectable way over here. Just a little bit of simping. But the main reason for the age restriction in watching my stream is that so the people in chat has a certain level of emotional maturity. To be kind to other people. No.
Hands where I can see 'em.
You are mature to your elders. If at any point, I see a confirmation of anyone that is below 18, It's been nice knowing you. Come back in a few years. Oh, you're 5. Oh shit. Oh shit. Go to the bench, Sleazo. Go to the bench. No, you're telling Xiao you did this. Here you go. '07 soldier. '07. '07 soldier. A double play. '07 soldier. '07. '07. No.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Stop right there! I'm going in! You're toast!
You got God.
At the right hand, into the odds, reveal thyself!
So quiet.
Well, they will be coming out soon, don't worry. They are timeout for 60 seconds. They got time now, 60 seconds. But I do expect a certain level of
No rest for the wicked.
You asked for it!
emotional maturity as you are engaging in my chat in general. I like this to be a place that is wholesome as well as safe for people to just hang out and have a cozy vibe. Lane.
Hands where I can see 'em. Final
I saw you switching account.
light it up!
Wait, was that lane or was that double play switching account? Which one of you switch account? Huh? Tell me right now. I'm gonna find you. And when I find you, I will give you a tap on the wrist and tell you bad.
Booba, get them! Wings of
Bad.
darkness! Come, sever night.
No. No bad. Hey Widow. Welcome back to the stream. You miss a whole array of
Adventure time!
people growing up very fast. You switch account, but also didn't switch account. Alright, chat. Hold on. We're gonna move on from that topic. I expect everyone to behave well. Yeah. As we're gonna move into the topic that we have planned for today, which is the DENDRO and CRYO reaction. The rhyme grass, the Caesar salad, the freeze-dried peas, the frozen grass, the honey mustard. I don't know why this is here. The frost broom and the chill road. What are these reactions? Well, they are just fancy names my chat has made up. For the rhyme grass, the DENDRO plus CRYO reaction. Caesar salad, indeed. Currently, it is a reaction that is available in theater. It is not fully a reaction in the game just yet, but I do believe that it is going to be, this is a testing ground for the reaction that the developer is testing, and it's going to be a real reaction in the game real soon, likely in 6.0, because the 0.0 patch is usually the patch that they introduce some cool new mechanics. Okay, let's look at the text of this season Rhymegrass. You stop playing Pokemon TCG. XDD. This is absolutely busted. When CRYO or DENDRO attacks from characters, they will enter the frostbitten or thornbound state. Do not be worried about what this is. This is basically fancy words for saying that the enemy is affected by CRYO and the enemy is affected by DENDRO, because this is not a real reaction in the game yet, so they have to use a roundabout language for this. Basically, when the enemy is affected by CRYO and DENDRO, it's a reaction. Things happen. First thing that happens, this opponent takes 45% increased CRYO and DENDRO damage from characters. That is important. And second, it summons a very cool effect on the ground. An area of effect that looks green with a frost tree in the middle, and it's pulsing every 2 seconds, dealing both AoE, CRYO, and DENDRO damage to the enemies. There can only be 2 frost tree thorns on the field at once, and each frost tree thorns can be created every 0.5 seconds. No more fridge comms. I think fridge comms will now be enhanced. We'll get to that. Fancy words like Hyper Bloom, yeah. So, I think this is something that is absolutely busted. But maybe this is only a thing in theater right now. And generally, for a different reaction like Superconduct. Because it is already having a natural effect that is already in the game, reducing enemy physical. So, the effect added is a little bit more tamed in comparison. This only gives 18% resistance reduction for CRYO and Electro. That's it. Compared to 45% CRYO and DENDRO damage from Rhymegrass, and still having something on the ground as well. I think this is a theater coded stuff. My educated guess is that this reaction will only have the part of the thorn on the ground without the actual just stat buff for characters. But we're gonna account for both cases anyway, and account for the case that both of these can be coded in the reaction itself, though I doubt it. They should bump Superconduct in the overworld. I agree as well. But they should buff it by creating better physical character, because I think that is healthy for the game. Making Superconduct just buffing Electro and CRYO is lame. It is ignoring a part of the game. Physical. Buff Superconduct by releasing better physical character. That's very simple. So, the reaction. Let me see if I can get the reaction for you to see as I describe this. Isn't DENDRO and Electro called Quicken? Yes. It's Catalyze, Quicken. Catalyze is the whole family of Quicken. It is what they call both Quicken, Aggravate, and Spread. It's called Catalyze as a whole family. So I've prepared a document. I have thought a little bit about this yesterday. And I've broken this down to Rhymegrass if it only has the AoE thorn on the ground. doing passive damage, and Rime Grass if it only buffs damage bonus. If it has both of these components, then it is extremely OP. We're gonna look at one of them at a time. Electro had a family before you? Good one. You try EM Razor Overlord team, it clear best. It's likely Chevrolet C6 and Mahuika doing the job. Yes. Here, for the people that has not seen it yet. That's Rime Grass. The reason I think they will make a reaction out of this is that all the asset has already been in the game. The thing on the ground, they will likely utilize it one way or another. They may change things, but likely they're gonna make this reaction happen.
Providing cover fire.
And this thing will deal passive both cryo and electro, well, no, cryo and dendro damage. As you can see, it is affecting some enemies over here.
Wheel of life.
It is, they are taking both dendro and cryo damage.
Faster.
Now, one more thing that can happen is that if we apply electro to an enemy inside the Rime Grass region,
Judgment is upon you.
they turn electro. They do damage faster, and they only do electro damage. That is the basics of it. Also, in theater, I think this is mostly in theater only. When enemies is affected by Rime Grass, dendro and cryo characters can also deal more damage to them. It's so cool that they make Rosaria burst a reaction. Indeed. It looks cool, yeah, it looks cool. Chevrolet C6 beneficial and Razor. It's likely official. It looks like a 4-star skill, yeah. It's... I think it's an asset in the game, and I think it's likely that they're gonna use the asset in one way or another. So, thinking a little bit more about that. This is what I have so far. If the reaction in the real game, when it is entering the game, it is only the AoE reaction on the ground doing passive damage. Then, Froststream Taunt, which is the cryo and dendro passive damage thing. It can only summon 2 of those circles on the ground if there are 2 or more enemies. 2 enemies has to be affected by it. If I restart and I only carefully affecting 1 enemy with dendro and cryo and do that multiple times, the reaction, the thing on the ground does not happen multiple times. I have to be really careful about this. Hold on. Let me get this enemy to run after me. Come on. As I keep attacking this one single enemy that is affected by it, cryo and dendro, there is still only 1 Rime Grass on the ground. Which means that this reaction is a lot better in AoE, both because we can create more Rime Grass, as well as Rime Grass being a thing that deals damage in an AoE to the enemies. Twitch work? Twitch works for some people in America, I guess. When I swap my VPN to United States, I can actually see the stream, but when I don't have VPN, I cannot see it. Ari Ashram can see it. Sleazel can see it. Do you think they could make it work in with a certain character? They can. But right now I want to look at how it works first, and then think about whether it can work with existing characters first. Gotta go? Alright, J Master, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. And if this is a reaction that is summoning something on the ground, then I believe how it has always worked in the game is that it's gonna scale based from elemental mastery and level. It is not scaling based on a character's attack or crit or damage bonus. It is not buffed by damage bonus like from Farina's Burst or from Scroll. So when we think about it, this is very similar to Bloom or Burgeon, not Hyper Bloom, because this is a lot better in AoE, and if they make it balanced, then it is likely not gonna be very good in single target. Just because of how it works. It deals damage in a circle, and we can summon 2 circles when there are 2 or more enemies. Now, in return, it is very easy to trigger this reaction, and it's very easy to get the ownership the reaction right. For example, in a Nilou's Bloom team, we don't know who is really triggering the Bloom reaction because it's a split between the Hydro characters and the Dendro characters. But to get the ownership of Rime Grass is very simple. We just do the damage whenever we want the Rime Grass to happen with the characters that we want that to do that. So, for example, if I want Chi-Chi specifically to trigger the reaction, because maybe I have built a lot of elemental mastery on Chi-Chi, I do this first, and then I use a Chi-Chi skill. There we go. That is the Rime Grass created by Chi-Chi, using Chi-Chi's elemental mastery. If I will say I want to create a reaction, want the reaction to be created by the healers instead, I apply Cryo first, and then the healer go. Now, you're gonna notice right now that these reactions are just in-game stuff and not currently affected by elemental mastery of the characters, because Chi-Chi's Rime Grass and Nahida's Rime Grass right now are doing similar damage. But I think they will be different when they become a real reaction in the game and not just in the theater. They have a damage benchmark with Nilou if you put it like that. Yeah. I think the way that this reaction is designed, it's gonna work better in AoE and it's gonna compete with Bloom. Now, if that is the case, Dendro CRYO is kind of like a fancy version of Dendro Hydro, which is okay. But here's where it comes a bit more interesting. Real quick, before we get to the electro part of this. This reaction, if it is balanced correctly, then it has to not be good in AoE because it is very good. Oh wait, no, it has to be not good in single target because it is very good in AoE. That's just how balance works. In single target, it's likely gonna just have mid damage. And the way that it is buffed is quite weird. Unless a character that is released in the future is buffing both or reducing the enemy's resistance to both Cryo and Dendro, the way that we buff this reaction damage right now is that if we want to buff the Dendro damage, we have to use Deepwood. If we want to buff the Cryo reaction damage, we have to reduce enemies' resistance to Cryo. So using VV character or Silonan or Escofia. That is so weird to make a team around. So I would surmise that this may be not the main source of damage. Something extra could also work that way. It could be something extra like Electro Charge. When we use an Electro Charge team, we have some reaction damage, but we also just have the characters doing good damage by the talent themselves in addition to that. And I think that this reaction will be good in AoE. the grass gets wet. Yeah. Ah, Double Blaze join the Twitch. Imagine Rhyme Grass heals on your character. We don't have any reaction that can heal but can damage us with Bloom. That is an interesting thought. Yeah. It will be useful in the AFK kind of team. Yeah, I agree. I have not thought about what kind of team would be using this reaction just yet. So if a character only uses DENDRO and CRYO, and maybe a character that it is scaled with elemental mastery, then I think it works very similar to a Bloom team. We're gonna use Nahida because Nahida is a character that buffs elemental mastery. We're gonna use a random bozo CRYO characters that does damage. Risley. And you know what I'm thinking? Bennett Mahuika. This is the burning team that has the added effect of Rhyme Grass. We can also go the way of focusing more on the Rhyme Grass, the reaction. Similar, I think a team that Widow has mentioned is also having a lot of potential. Nahida, Risley, Kazuha, Silonan. This is going kind of halfway between the Nahida's reaction damage and the Risley CRYO personal damage. Silaly or C6 Diona because you don't need a lot of CRYO app. That works too. Silaly will be actually a character that is extremely good because she will just buff both the DENDRO and CRYO characters damage too with scroll. Those are some potential teams. Now these teams are also just focusing on mainly on the talent damage just as much as the reaction damage. I don't think there's any team that can fully focusing on the reaction damage of Rhyme Grass, and that's it for now. I don't think there is such team like Hyper Blue, because Rhyme Grass is an additional source as we have analyzed and not the main source of damage. Nahido CRYO app, Official Mahuika. We'll get to that. So Focus Thorn. Let me get out and look at some of the description for the reaction. When we add Electro into the mix, this is actually a level 2 blessing, but I think this is interesting enough that they will also add that anyway, similar to how Electro can react with the Bloom seed on the ground to create a different kind of reaction, Hyper Bloom. If a character deals Electro damage to an enemy inside the Rhyme Grass region area, the Rhyme Grass will now turn into dealing Electro damage. It is called Focus Thorn. It was Froststream Thorn before, it is now Focus Thorn, that's just a name. It is now dealing damage once per second and dealing 1.5 times the AoE electro damage instead. But when we are analyzing it, it is basically just doing 1.5 times the damage. So instead of doing both DENDRO plus CRYO every 2 seconds, now we do Electro every 1 second. If there is no other change, then this is actually doing similar damage. If there's no change, this is actually doing similar damage. 2 times damage every 2 seconds or 1 time damage every 1 second. But we have 1.5 times the damage. So When we added an electro character in here, the focus tone is actually doing a little bit more damage, 1.5 times to be exact. Tone assets in the drying grounds, you get the same vines that those DENDRO staff Helichum makes. I think so. So once again, this has the same limitation as Frostwind Tone, the original DENDRO CRYO. It can only summon 2 of the AoE on the ground if there are 2 or more enemies. Because we can only convert the existing Tone on the ground into Electro, we cannot create more. And it has that reaction originally. So damage is scaled from elemental mastery and level, and once again it is not buffed by damage percent like Furina's Burst or Scroll, which is a very similar way to Hyper Bloom and how Bloom works. It is a thing that is on the ground, it is not from the character anymore. It is easy if we only have one Electro in the team to figure out who's owning that damage. If there's only one Electro character, then that character we want to build a lot of elemental mastery on, because they're gonna trigger that extra focus tone thing on the ground. Now when we analyze it, it is somewhat similar to Hyper Bloom, having a DENDRO and Hydro, and then an Electro character to trigger stuff on the ground to Hyper Bloom damage. And this is basically DENDRO and CRYO instead of Hydro, and then having an Electro character triggering stuff. The formula is somewhat similar. The main difference is that Hyper Bloom is doing DENDRO damage, while Focus Thorn is doing Electro damage. Here, let me give you a little bit of visual indicator. Normally, if I use DENDRO, then I use Hydro, it creates Bloom on the ground. If I use DENDRO and CRYO, it creates these things on the ground. And now, Electro, it turns Electro. The main difference is that Hyper Bloom is doing DENDRO damage and can be buffed by anything that reduces enemies' DENDRO resistance, while this Focus Tone thing is doing Electro damage and is buffed by anything that reduces enemies' Electro resistance. So what is that? It is buffed by Vivi, it is buffed by Silonan. It should be doing a little bit better damage than Frostwind Tone because it is 1.5 times better. But it is weird because if we want to use this reaction, we're gonna have an Electro, DENDRO, and CRYO character. That is a given. We need these 3 type of elements to create this reaction. And then who are we adding? Are we adding another Electro character like Fisher? Are we adding a Nemo character or Silolan to buff the reaction damage to reduce enemy resistance to Electro? But then if Electro damage is buffed, then it is ideal that we want the Electro character to not just build elemental mastery, but also build to do talent damage as well. So that means this Electro character has to do a lot of work. They have to have elemental mastery to turn the thing on the ground to do good reaction damage. They have also to do good talent damage. That is quite a tall task, and it is similar to the characters that are locked into the quick bloom reaction right now. There are a few characters in the game that does that. Sino is one. Sino is a character that likes to build a lot of elemental mastery, and his talent also has some elemental mastery scaling as well. Chlorine is a character that does some quick bloom, but she is not that synergistic with it that much. Mainly she's doing quick bloom so that she can have access to Furina buffing her own damage. Alhaitham Silali Nahida Yai Cookie Fisher. Alhaitham Silali Nahida Yai Cookie Fisher. I think in that kind of team, it's very similar to a Alhaitham Farina Nahida Cookie Shinobu, right? And in this team, Cookie Shinobu is also a character that builds a lot of elemental mastery to trigger the thing on the ground. And finally, Silali is, because now there is a DENDRO CRYO reaction, Silali is buffing the team with scroll artifact set. So I believe this will be an alternative to the Quick Bloom team. Why? We're gonna have to see how CRYO is interacting with Quicken, whether that's gonna rinse away Quicken like Hydro is rinsing away Quicken or not. But it could potentially be at least on par, if not better than the Farina version. Alhaitham Silali Nahida Cookie Shinobu. Alhaitham Nahida Silali Shinobu. Kazuha for double sword, like Nahida official Kazuha and Risley. Nahida official Kazuha and Risley. I have to visualize it. Hold on, let me think. Risley, Nahida, official Kazuha. Official will actually have to be a hybrid of building elemental mastery and also doing talent damage. Wait a minute. Kazuha may be fighting with Official here. We have to be extremely careful about infusing which element into Kazuha's burst. We should be I don't know. That's so hard. Kazuha and Official will be fighting each other for the ownership of the electro thing on the ground. Ideally, Kazuha is a character that builds the most elemental mastery in the team, and we want Kazuha to be the one triggering it, but Official will just intervene as well. It's a little bit hard. So if we try to infuse Kazuha with CRYO, it's gonna work a little bit better, and have Official being having full ownership of the thing on the ground. This could work, but it's also not doing a lot for Risley here. If we're doing this much effort to buff Electro, then I think something like this may be better. I guess Silali is just everywhere, huh? So in this team, you can see what I'm saying, right? Because this team is not buffing Risley a lot. It is better to use a support CRYO character and just apply CRYO once in a while, rather than a CRYO character that needs to do damage. And in this team, we're gonna have the Electro characters do damage instead. Because we're already buffing the reaction on the ground that is also doing Electro, may as well buff the Electro character as well. Once in a while CRYO up sounds like a job for Diona. Oh, actually, Diona C6 is huge. Elemental Mastery buff? Yeah. That's nice. Diona C6. So, to help you better understand why I say just once in a very long while, how it is currently working in the game right now is that we only need to apply CRYO and DENDRO to enemy once every 10 seconds, perhaps twice every 10 seconds to get the 2 AoE on the ground. One time we get 1 AoE, 2 times we get 2 AoE. We have to do it once every 10 seconds. It's very lenient. And the Electro thing to the thing on the ground is also once every 10 seconds. Finally, your double ground Diona will be helpful. Yeah, should be good. Yes. So the conclusion for this, after the discussion, I think is still going to be this. This reaction can be the majority of the team damage. Well, can be a big part of the team damage alongside with other electro DPS damage. Can be built around like Hyper Bloom. The difference is we don't really need fast DENDRO or CRYO application, and main damage is electro. Better in AoE. Main damage is either electro or DENDRO, but I don't think it's gonna be CRYO. CRYO is an element that is competing with electro when we decide to buff which one. DENDRO is not mutually exclusive with buffing electro. Okay, am I missing anything, chat? Or are we good to try to think about if this reaction is buffing the damage bonus instead of just doing the stuff on the ground? Because this part is twofold. Even though I think the damage bonus thing is a little bit boring, it is still a good buff. I don't think they are implementing both of these effects for the real reaction in the game. They're just gonna choose one. Risley cannot be outstanding in anything. You know what? Let me try to think about this. Is there any version of this that can be good? Wait, no, Daniel, actually, you missed the part where we talk about Frost Taunt, which is the basic CRYO and DENDRO reaction. In this one, Nahida, Risley, Bennett, Mahuika is actually a team that focus on Risley damage and having the CRYO DENDRO thing on the ground. They're still burning. And there's this thing on the ground as well. Risley, Nahida, Bennett, Mahuika. We will have to... Actually, let's go Shangli. We don't have Silonan to help with Mahuika's burst, so we're gonna have to go with Shangling. That's also fine. In this team, we are sacrificing a little bit of Silonan buffing to use Nahida to have more reaction damage on the ground, which ultimately still deals more CRYO and DENDRO damage. Yeah. You got Kazuda? Yeah. Nahida, Risley, Kazuha, Silonan was also one of the team that has been recommended, I think, by Weirdo. And this is a team that having some reaction on the side, while also this I am a little bit less certain on. Risley, Kazuha, Silonan has never been a formula that is doing extremely high damage. But hey, maybe the new reaction will help in AoE as well. Like, this is basically Risley, Kazuha, Silonan. It is this trio and adding Nahida to the mix. That's basically it. Nahida is bringing the new reaction to the mix. This has not been shown before. Depends on how much this reaction is doing. It can be good or it can be mid. Alright, so we have had a few teams here. Team example. Let's try to format this so it's a little bit easier to look at. Also this. Team examples. You wish they added outside? Yeah, this is us thinking about what would happen if they're adding it outside right now in the game. Obviously, they're gonna release more characters. If they're gonna add this reaction to the game, they're gonna release more characters that work well with the reaction. But we're gonna think about how it works in game and the current character that can take advantage of this. Obviously, anything that Risley does, Ganyu will do to a similar effort. To a similar degree. She's gonna do a little bit less damage, but somewhat similar. Risley is only placeholder. Both of them will get replaced by Skurf. She gets extra buff by Sword and Crystallize. Truly. Skurf with the Escovia Hydro team. Now, let's go with the direction of this reaction is not doing damage on the ground, which I think will... And not doing damage on the ground and only buff the damage bonus. I think it is less likely, but they can always just go with that very brain dead way. Reaction happens. CRYO and DENDRO deals 45% more damage. It's very brain dead, but it is extremely effective. If that is the case, then what are we doing? Frustrating Taunt, the AoE on the ground if enemy stands in it, or if enemy triggers that reaction, we trigger that reaction or enemy. Then 45% damage bonus, CRYO, DENDRO. It's just good. This is the most brain dead stuff ever, and DENDRO CRYO characters get a buff equal to scroll without doing anything else. Can you stack this reaction with Bloom? You could. You can do a select freeze. Wait a minute. Holy fuck. I forgot about this. Oh god. We'll go to the damage bonus. It is not as interesting, okay? It is not as interesting. Okay, let's go back to the... Holy fuck. Let's go back to the Focus Taunt, the EM stuff a little bit. What if we use... Alhaitham, Shinobu, Sidlali, Farina. Wait a minute. Shinobu is now doing both Hyper Bloom and the Focus Taunt thing. Right. Widow just said that. Yes. Is this worth it? No. We're gonna get Alhaitham out here. Nahida C2 all the way. If we're gonna focus all on the reaction like this, the Nahida C2 all the way, we don't even need Farina. We actually use Xingqiu because Xingqiu is the character that makes the most bloom happening, and this team is actually focusing on reaction rather than talent damage. Shit. Okay. Because Nahida, Xingqiu, Shinobu has been a stable combo, and right now we're just adding a bozo to it. Sometimes we add Nahida, sometimes we add Fischl, sometimes we add Yelan, sometimes we add Farina. But if the CRYO, DENDRO, and Electro reaction is here, we are actually adding Sidlali, and that's the best in slot. Because Shinobu is now doing both Hyper Bloom and the new reaction. You cooked? Yeah, you cooked. Shit. We're getting double value out of Shinobu's, or triple value because she's also here. But yeah, double, triple value out of Shinobu's Elemental Mastery build. Sidlali can trigger scroll? Yes. Sidlali can trigger scroll for Xingqiu. Trigger scroll for Nahida. Now, do note that the reaction damage, the Hyper Bloom stuff, is usually not affected by damage bonus from scroll. So this is only helping with talent damage. But still, it helps. Sidlali is also reducing enemy resistance to Hydro by 20%. So Xingqiu is doing more damage. Rosaria, Xingqiu, and DENDRO Traveler. I mean, that's the poor version of it, yes. DENDRO, DMC, Xingqiu, Shinobu, Rosaria, or Kaya. That's the I am Brock version of this team. This is the kind of thing that will need very straightforward rotation. If you mess up rotation, your whole reaction. No. You don't know. Shinobu being the only Electro character in this team means that only Shinobu can trigger both of Hyper Bloom and the Focus Taunt. We have the Twin Taunt on the ground, but only an Electro character can turn this into an Electro thing. No matter the rotation, it's as brain dead as Hyper Bloom. We do whatever. As long as Shinobu is doing some electro damage.
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
It is turned into electro. You were trying to put it like, yeah, I know. I'm just memeing. Diona C6 can work instead of... Yeah, actually, yes, that too. Diona C6 is a little bit iffy because I think she only buffs the elemental mastery of the character inside the burst, and we don't really want to on-field Shinobu that much either. It's like... It's nice, but it's not that amazing. It's nice. Varasa Yen-san sila Linohida. We don't really play that team by the same reason we don't play... Holy crap. Ah. Sunia Arif. Welcome into the stream. Varesa Yen-san sila Nahida. We don't really play that team the same reason why we're not playing Varesa Yen-san Furina Nahida. Because Varesa does not like to build elemental mastery. It's the same reason. It's the same reason we're not playing Nahida quick. Well, no, Varesa Quick Bloom. Her talent is just too good, and we want to focus fully onto that. So yeah, that is a nice idea, and I think we're gonna go with these for now. Okay, move on from this. If the reaction is only buffing damage bonus, we've talked about this. It's good. It's brain dead. I think for the cryo kind of teams, Escovia teams will still prefer full hydro in cryo because she is striking resistant of the enemy to both hydro and cryo. So Escovia teams is out the window. We're not gonna even consider putting in a random Dendro character in Escovia team at all. That's not even worth it. And there is no Dendro characters that is... Like, remember, we are now switching our brain to fully damage bonus, and this reaction is doing no elemental mastery damage at all. If that is the case, Nahida is not really a good character to just randomly put in teams because she buffs just elemental mastery, which is not helpful at all. We're likely gonna just put a... I actually put it here. Kinich main DPS with Sidlali support. Because Sidlali can now hold scroll for Kinich. That reaction is a thing. And Kinich just mostly care about buffing his talent damage. He doesn't care about burning damage. So Kinich, Bennett, Mahuika, Sidlali, or Mahuika or Bennett, Shangling, Sidlali. Lisa, Nahida, Dendro, main character, Diona, Ayaka, Risley. Lisa, Nahida, Diona, Risley. Yeah. I don't think... Lisa will just be strictly worse than Shinobu. Because Lisa is not triggering the Hyper Bloom very well. Lisa can do the Focus Thorn thing, which is the new reaction, but just not Hyper Bloom well. For the same reason that Lisa is not prioritized over Shinobu in Hyper Bloom team. What's like a Ganyu Furina Nahida Lisa team with EM Lisa on field with a Depth Rush burst and Ganyu on burst support? I mean, anytime that you have a character that's off field and doing Dendro, anytime you have a character who is cryo and is off field, Sidlali is the best in slot. The close second is Diona. If Lisa with EM on field, then you could use Diona C6 because Diona C6 buffs EM for Lisa on field. And also Diona will be a healer for Furina. So that could be a team. I'm gonna put that in here. So, Diona C6. Orina, Nahida, Lisa. On field. Yeah, Diona will be better. Okay. Actually, this is a funny thing that can happen if this reaction is buffing damage bonus, talent damage. Kinich scroll burst bot in burn mail team will be a thing. Risley, Kinich, Bennett, Mahuika. Risley, Kinich, Bennett, Xiangling. If this is a reaction that buffs the damage bonus of CRYO and DENDRO character, put Kinich on scroll, build a lot of energy recharge for this dude, and now he's gonna be the scroll bot for every team. Applying DENDRO, providing the CRYO character with damage bonus from both scroll and the reaction. And then business as usual. Just any other characters that can buff the CRYO character. If they add this reaction for real, they probably just release characters focused on DENDRO CRYO reaction, like Shabby and Escovia, but you and add only Ice and DENDRO on the team? You can have only Ice and DENDRO on the team. They can, but as we are thinking of right now, the reaction without any new characters can work for existing characters. It's only, the main thing is that this number can change if they're going the damage bonus route, and the damage number can change if they're going the Elemental Mastery passive damage route. It's mostly about the numbers, whether the numbers are good enough to be better than the alternative. That's the main thing. Kinich and Kaya? Sure. If you're thinking of Kaya as an off-field for Kinich, then things are lolly. Like any off-field CRYO character will be just the same. Diona is still better? Not in this case. Not in this case, because this is providing damage bonus and not reaction damage on the ground. So Elemental Mastery is now no longer good. Timmy Kidditch Bone Mail support when Emily would be better? No, because Emily is not a Natlan citizen. It is not that simple. Emily, it's citizen locked outside of using scroll. Do you know we were using Kachina at 5.0 for almost every single team? Because she can hold scroll? Because she's a Natlan citizen? Jesus Christ. And Kachina is not even that good. She's the scroll dispenser. The scroll artifact dispenser. Now Kinich will fulfill the same thing if this reaction is buffing damage bonus. Okay, Magnetizing Thorn, which is applying electro to the enemy in Froststream Thorn, the damage bonus version. Kachina was a champ, yeah. If, hear me out, this is just hashing what's already happened. If Pyro Traveler was actually released in 5.0, we would actually be using Pyro Traveler and glazing Pyro Traveler. We're gonna use Pyro Traveler in Morlani team. We're gonna use Pyro Traveler in Kinich team. We're gonna use Pyro Traveler in Chaska team until Mahuika release. But no, Pyro Traveler was released at the same time as Mahuika, so they are still decent, but Mahuika exists now. Yeah, just like DENDRO Traveler. But those three patch from 5.0, 5.1, 5.2 will be hyped. People will actually have a reason to use Traveler. Actual good reason to use Traveler. But anyway, we digress. So, this is the version of the damage bonus reaction. Natlan characters have power friendship mechanic. Yeah, indeed. Now, instead of turning it into Focus Thorn, if we go the damage bonus route, it is called the Magnetizing Thorn. Magnetizing Thorn does not attack, does not do any passive damage on the field at all. And instead, it causes opponent nearby to take more cryo, dendro, electro, and physical damage dealt by characters. Up to 90% if we have 2 of the Magnetizing Thorn on the field. I definitely think that these numbers are intentionally overtuned for the theater and just to have people trying them out. I don't think any reaction in the game ever will just give 90% damage bonus. But hey, it is something that is cool to think about, right? Just huge numbers. There's nothing else there. Just huge number. Use cryo, dendro, electro. Brain dead. Don't even worry about it. Do not matter which order of reaction we're doing. All of cryo, dendro, electro will do more damage. Bonus physicals now also doing more damage. 90%. Don't worry about it. Don't worry your pretty head. Reaction order, setting up things correctly? No, don't worry. 90% damage. There you go. Have fun. Basically speaking, it's just more than double scroll on that reaction. Yeah, and then you can use scroll on top of that. So Lali? Absolutely. Kinich scroll? Absolutely. Wow, wait, you can actually use dendro character scroll too. There we go. Wait, no. I mean electro character scroll. Ain't no way. What about the team with Ganyu, Nahida, Kazuma, Kokomi, maybe Freeze? So the deal with that is any variation that we're just randomly slotting in a dendro character instead of a character that buffs the cryo DPS, like Shenhe for Ganyu, then we are just having to bank on the fact that the new reaction is buffing enough to be worth trading that slot. If we are going the route of the EM damage passive on the ground, then it depends on how much Nahida is providing to the Ganyu team in terms of damage. If we're going with the damage bonus route, is 45 damage bonus better than Shenhe? No, but is 45% damage from the reaction and 40% damage from scroll from Kinich better than Shenhe? Maybe. So the question is, use Nahida and get 45% damage bonus for Ganyu. Is that better for Shenhe? I don't know. Use Kinich and get 85% damage bonus for Ganyu. Oh, that actually may be a good trade. Versus Scroll, I mean, we have Iansat, we have Auroron. Those are actually valid characters. Do you think this reaction will be good in Co-op Abyss? This reaction does nothing for Co-op Abyss. It does buff nothing in Co-op. This is limited to 2 of the circle on the ground. It is activated every 10 seconds. We only have to reactivate it every 10 seconds. And when there is one single enemy that we're fighting, we're having 1 circle. Doesn't matter how many characters are on field. This is a reaction that does nothing more in co-op. Period. Ganyu, Kiraran, Shenhe, and Kongli. Once again, the problem with that is that we are swapping Kazuha for Kale. If we already have Kirara, does Kale personal damage worth losing a Kazuha for Ganyu? I don't know. Probably not. Auroron will work in this reaction and is what's so called electric charge buff. Put a hydro character in. A freeze rhyme grass team. Okay, so there's some variation of this. What we can think about is variation number 1 with DENDRO CRYO Electro reaction that buffs damage bonus. We can think of it as a quicken team plus 1 Cryo Bozo. It can be Chlorine, Fischl, Nahida. I don't know why I have Layla here. Just use it Lali and call it a day. Chlorine, Fischl, Nahida. Normally we would have Sucrose here. I guess we can use Diona. Now we have more Elemental Mastery for Chlorine, sure. Now we have damage bonus for Chlorine, Fischl, and Nahida, sure. It's arguably better than Kazuha here. Auroron would be better than Kukishinobu in our Hatem Furina team? Not really. Not really. One, Shillelagh is already here. 2, Auroron is having a terrible uptime on his burst to deal Hyper Bloom damage. That's the main reason you don't really see Auroron in the Hyper Bloom team. It's for that reason. Auroron, wiki. Why Shinobu is a character that has 15-second cooldown and 15-second uptime? Auroron Burst has a 15-second cooldown and 9-second uptime. So that is 6 seconds of all the Hyper Bloom on field not being triggered. That is the main reason why Auroron is not using Hyper Bloom. Rhyme Grass? Yeah. Diona can wear some. They pass for attack bonus. Honestly, use Instructor for more Elemental Mastery if we are in the Elemental Mastery version. Or straight up use Scroll. Use Scroll to buff damage bonus from everyone even more, or use Noblesse Oblige to buff the attack from these 3 characters. Straight up Scroll on Noblesse in this team. Chlorine, Kirara, Kazuha. Now that I think about it, could be better or worse. Depends on how much damage bonus that the new reaction provides. Quicken, we're still at the variation of Quicken Team plus 1 Cryo Bozo. Our item Fischl Nahida is Scophia. Wow, holy fuck. Okay. This is actually a thing, okay? Our Hatem Fischl Nahida is a team that does not have a good 4th member before. What are we gonna use here? Another DENDRO character? For what? Yaimiko? Beidou? For a little bit more damage? But we want to focus on our Hatem's damage. Now that Cryo, DENDRO, and Electro reaction buffs more DENDRO damage bonus? Escovia is a healer. We don't really need to care about Escovia damage, personal damage in this thing that much. She heals, she enables our item to do a shit ton more damage, to do Fisher to do a shit ton more damage, to Nahida to do a shit ton more damage. She doesn't interfere, quicken up time. It's actually a good team. Skirk, Ice Coffee, Furina, and Nahida. Once again, it depends on how much this reaction is buffing. It could be better than just enabling 55% rest rate on the enemy. It could, but it could also just not. It depends. It will make your C6 Diona use one way or another, yeah. If generally Diona will be a little bit better in the EM version of the reaction and not the damage bonus version of the reaction, generally. Variation 2 of this is physical plus 1 Dendro Bozo. Because in case you forgot, it actually buffs physical damage. It's just a straight physical win. Eula, Raiden, Mika. We were using Rosaria before. Let's use Nahida for that massive physical damage buff. Actually good. There was an amazing 4th slot in this team before. And finally, the last variation is Cryo DPS with an added Electro and Dendro. But this, I think it takes too many slots. Imagine, to get this amount of damage buff, when the Quicken team only needs to slot in 1 Cryo Bozo, a physical team only needs to slot in 1 Dendro Bozo, and a spread team also only needs to slot in 1 slot for a Cryo Bozo. A Cryo DPS, which is often played with no Electro and no Dendro, now has to sacrifice 2 buffing slot or field DPS slot for the same buff with the other variation teams. That may not be worth it. Cryo DPS may just stick to Escovia. Physical believer. Caesar salad, yeah. For right now, Nahida for new Eula teams. Once again, it really depends. It really depends on how much this reaction is buffing. You know what? What if? Yeah, no, it's fine. It really depends on how much. The exact number will determine whether it is good with multiple type of teams or just the alternative of Furina or Kazuha or Ceylon just be better. Now just need Eula rerun. And Nessie and you ran out of Dresden. Welcome back. Welcome back. Furina is gonna be top tier even after Snatch. As long as we have a reaction that likes to play with Hydro, Furina is gonna remain top tier. Unless they move to a shielder era where a team needs to have a shield to be good, then we just continue playing Furina with Hyola. Freeze! Oh, that's Hydro, Furina. Electrocharge, they decide to buff Electrocharge in the future. Oh, that's Hydro, let's use Furina. They decide to buff Vaporize in the future. Oh, that's Hydro, let's use Furina. Only when they move away from Hydro stuff, like Melt, Mahuiga, similarly. There we go. Only when they move away from Hydro. And that's only, we're not using Furina there only because Mahuiga is actually shatter with frozen enemies. So that's why we don't use Furina. If we could have used Furina, if Mahuiga didn't shatter, we would have used Sitlali, Furina, Bennett. Captain of Physical Reaction, yeah. XDD. Alright, I believe that is most of the cooking we can do from the information that we have. To summarize for the people that is too long didn't watch, too long didn't read. Currently in the theater there are this reaction: rhyme grass, Caesar salad, freeze dry peas, frozen grass, honey mustard, chill root, frost bloom. It's doing two things. One, it buffs cryo and dendro damage, and two, it does a field on the ground that does damage. And I speculate that it's gonna use elemental mastery similar to hyper bloom or version of the things that are on the ground like bloom. So if I think that is too much for one reaction, if they only implement the EM passive damage on the ground part, then it's gonna create some very interesting teams. The thing that catch my attention the most is Nahida, Xingqiu, Shinobu, Setlali, with Shinobu both triggering the new cryo reaction with her elemental mastery and triggering hyper bloom with elemental mastery. If the reaction only provides damage bonus and no elemental mastery based damage on the ground, then also it is once again depends on the amount of damage bonus that it provides. Kinich may as well be a scroll bot support. And Setlali will likely be very useful in the Kinich team. But other than that, if an Electro character is put into the mix, and we are buffing both Dendro, Cryo, Electro and physical damage now, then we have a lot more toys to play with. Here are some examples: Chlorine, Fischl, Nahida, Diona, or Chlorine, Fischl, Nahida, Setlali. Alhaitham, Fischl, Nahida, Escofia, or Alhaitham, Fischl, Nahida, Setlali. Eula, Raiden, Mika, Nahida. Just to name a few. So the conclusion that I have with this. Hold on, let me rechat real quick. Waka should really get physical with Dendro people. I hope Waka is physical. EM Shatter. Right? Did we burn something? No. These are all good cooking. This is not Raiden cooking. I repeat, this is Escovia cooking. Copium. Hold on. Carvest the blue, make it real. Make it real. So I think the conclusion that I can draw from this is very similar to the one that I had when I played the theater. It's very similar. Is that we can play a lot more teams in Genshin now. I'm sorry, I think I may have relapsed into my hype man speaking pattern when I'm talking about this reaction rather than my intended ASMR stream. But hey, I'm just that excited about this new reaction, okay? My sentiment about this new reaction is that we can do a lot of more random bullshit go team like this. It doesn't make sense. As of right now, as of our knowledge of the game right now, it doesn't make sense. But now they're actually good. And it provides a new layer of fun, both for the people that does not really care about optimization, it will just want to see funny effects on the screen, or it's also fun for the people that has an optimization mindset. There are more things in the game we can try out, we can have fun with, we can optimize for.
Sacred name, fortune.
Nowhere to run. Judgment is upon us.
Like case in point, I played in a previous attempt of this theater. I played an Ayaka, Raiden, and I cannot remember. Maybe I placed a Hydro character or a Dendro character in that team, and that team slaps. Those are just a few demonstrations of the cool things that we are not normally seeing on screen, but now we can. it's nice to shake up the meta. It's nice to think about the different characters that can work with this. And I really hope that whole universe is seeing the positivity of people receiving this reaction and put that into the actual game. Shout out to your Raiden Alhatem Sino Chi team. Let's go. What about the team you used in theater? I think I've just mentioned it, right? You do ASMR? No. That was a funny stream idea I have today. I was gonna speak all mellow and soft and that stuff. Timo does mommy voice ASMR at the end of the stream. Alright, let's conclude this real quick. I think we had a pretty productive discussion there, chat. Wait, hold on. What is this? Wait, what? I clicked the wrong thing. Alright. Documents. The hell? Oh, I think this might be the thing. Start. Okay, hold on. Fun fact, Al means the Arabics. Z in Arabic, so Al-Haytham just means Z Haytham. Yeah, I've seen that people are saying that before. And people are hellbent on calling Al-Haytham. If you want to abbreviate his name, just call him Haytham. There was a period I tried to just abbreviate his name to Al, and people has been correcting me for that. It's funny to just call him Z. Oh, that is a pretty echoey sound in this room. Interesting. Changyun team with this reaction, that'd be cool, yeah. Generally, if we want just a reaction enabler, we likely will not use a character that deals a lot of damage. For example, if we want a CRYO character to enable our Rime Frost reaction in the team, Rime Grass reaction in the team, we just use a support rather than use a DPS, unless they provide a lot of damage from off-field. Z-Herter, Out-Herter. Hold on, look at this one moment, chat. Let me try to look at something on my computer. Also, I changed the picture. It is more demure now.
Hello. May the animal arc
Yo, yeah, lad. We'll have to see about that.
May the animal archon protect you.
Alright, so we are about going to the ending part of the stream here. I think we have done all the things I wanted to do today. We talked about the reaction in depth, and chat was being very helpful for that. Tina now has a new icon, place he must be enjoying. Yes, I am. Yes, you do notice that is one of my intention whenever I make these backgrounds. Alright chat, you're not ready for this. You are not ready for this. This is the last thing I'll do on stream before we end the stream. But you are not ready for this. Any guess on what that may be? Any guess on what that might be?
My potted plant on the porch just died again. I was watering it every day.
That fake Yelan? What do you mean? This ain't a fake Yelan. This is a real Yelan. The usual outro, the physical Mahuika. I don't think anyone is coming even close.
Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time.
Taking some stuff real quick. Testing this. Where should this be? Oh, I could do that. I could do that. It's gonna write us a special area when we come out. Okay. Let's get you out of the guessing zone. I think everything is set up right.
No. Hi. Hey. My mom. How's your voice? Hello. The team is a tree. Welcome to the. It is, I believe, that not a low place.
Let me see if I can make it smooth. Chat, was the voice smooth or was it stuttering? Was the voice smooth or was it stuttering? Listening? No way. Stuttering. That's a shame. That is a shame. Let's see.
My potted plant on the porch just died again. I was watering it every day. Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time.
Let's try this one more time. If that doesn't work, we can revisit this some other time.
Hey, Dad. It's me again. Tim is bad. But we've been
We should take a break after all that running around.
How you
Let's
doing,
rest here
Dad?
for a bit.
On this lovely evening. As this voice doesn't do very high energy stuff. So basically just whispering. You are in love? You can finish that. Okay.
Alright, chat, that was something I was messing on the side. It's a voice changer application, which is absolutely crazy. Some AI stuff I looked into. The original idea was to look for an application that I can train my voice on, and then I can just write a script, then it will turn it into a voice recording of my own voice so that I can make videos faster. But then I went down in a huge spiral abyss of AI stuff. Typical voice Paimon now. Yeah, I went down on a whole rabbit hole. And this is what we ended up with. It's a voice changer. Do you hear she quit? Yeah, I heard. It's okay. You feel part of you is wicked. Tim is in his pride month era, indeed. Yeah, Paimon, we're gonna touch briefly on that. But I also don't want to dive too deep into that rabbit hole. I think she was being quite unprofessional in general, and that is putting it a little bit lightly. But the whole situation between the voice acting union and the companies they're working with, I do not claim to understand fully who is right, who is wrong on that whole audio. So perhaps the Paimon VA was having some slight amount of justification in her crash out. I don't think it should be to that extent of just berating random people online. But maybe there's something there. I prefer not to comment on like whether I think it is deserved for her to no longer work in the game. It's fine. Perhaps it is a lapse of judgment. Perhaps I would not wish a person to no longer get any work from just that incident. Perhaps she will act more professional in the future. That's fine. But for the future of the game, I am also excited for maybe some different breath of fresh air on the Paimon voice. We'll see. You hope it's a British Paimon? That would be interesting. It would not be entirely in line with what's happening so far, and maybe a little bit jarring of a change. But people may just understand and maybe would just like it. Getting bottled of water. Yeah. Hopefully like the OG, one the softer Paimon. Yeah. Yeah, there was actually this one lady. I saw a video of her online. And I guess we're going into that tangent now. And let me try to find that video online. There was this one lady who just recorded a video of herself trying to speak some Paimon lines. I think that was interesting. Where was it? Watched video. Videos that I have watched. This one. There's a person that made a video online and she says that she's just a person that's not very well known in the VA sphere. This is pretty much her only route of throwing your hat into the ring at the moment. You don't have the connection or ability to get in contact with official casting crew. So she made a video of her trying out some Paimon voice and see if people like it or not.
Also known as Proxymoron on the internet.
And this is my audition for the voice role of Paimon from Genshin Impact. Given that I am not a
Let me increase the volume a little bit. This video is a little bit soft in terms of volume.
My audition tape. Really hope you enjoy it. But first,
From
before anything,
these
I did not acknowledge the work of Karina Bedgar, who did the original voice for this character.
gain
Regardless
volume.
of anything, having voiced a character for over 5 years with probably 10
People can watch this video if you want. Here's some of her lines.
Seafood. And you. Did you really just borrow the Holy Lyre to play music for drunkards to hear? What do you mean?
Hey, so, Paimon thinks this guy.
I love the laughter.
You know, on second thought, maybe we don't need to know. It's probably all super confidential House of the Heart stuff, right? We totally were trying to
I think this is a nice interpretation of Paimon voice. It is not too piercing, but still has a little bit of sassiness to it.
opened. So you're not entirely useless, Tone.
Pretty familiar, pretty fitting, yeah.
Says the person that made zero effort to search
I like it that it's a little bit, like, not as piercing. It's
what part of you is
on a slightly lower register, but still has the same vibe as Paimon.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The winds blow through
Not too high, that's what I mean too. Very familiar. If you people would like to watch this video and potentially drop a like to support this VA, you can do that. Obviously, this is not really an audition. She is very... Now, this is a plus, okay? This is a plus. This is a very professional person in her line of work, okay? She acknowledged that this is not in any way near an official recording or an official audition. And she does give a very courtesy introduction regarding the situation right now, acknowledging everything. Right off the bat, I see that she's a person that seems to take her job seriously. That's a plus in my book. Burb's official audition when? Yeah, let me find that voice changer Paimon voice real quick. Regarding the voice changer thing, I don't know whether I'm gonna do anything of that. It's just a cool thing. Cool or not cool depends on your perspective. It's just something that I find on the internet that I kind of wanted to share with you. I'm probably gonna jump scare some of my friends later with that too. I don't know whether that I will incorporate that in stream. Maybe I'll just have that something like when someone subscribe or when someone donates something, I can have that as an AI voice that reads out a subscription. Probably something like that. And likely you're not gonna use that voice as me speaking very often, apart from some meme part. You love memes, don't you? That's the idea. Redeem £1,000 for voice for 10 seconds. Wow! Ari, I'm sure that there are many ASMR creators out there that has better voice than that would happy to receive that. But if you want to use the file, redeem for that, sure. If you want to super chat or join me YouTube membership, we can figure something out. With that chat, I think this is a good segment to end the stream on. Let's see if there's any chat that I should address immediately. I haven't paid attention to the whole VA and I view it. People have been celebrating the Paimon. Hey! Hurry up and get affiliate so you can Twitch Prime. Alright. And now that Twitch is back from whatever happened before, we can actually continue doing Twitch stuff. Okay, chat. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for participating in both the more meme first half of the stream and the more discussion heavy rhyme grass thing at the second half of the stream. I appreciate you for being here. Actually, I actually enjoyed today's stream a lot. I think Kitana and Nessie also invited a host of people coming over here that bring some quite fun and positive vibe. Hopefully they come by more often. And I also like the very intellectual and educated discussion we had later on. Gave me some cool ideas and makes me even more hype about the new reaction coming into the game. Hopefully that's gonna come in 6.0. Thanks for streaming, Teamster, and thanks for watching Chapter.
My potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day. Ugh, I kind of overdid it this time.
That has been a pleasure. If you would like to support the stream, and if you have been finding it fun, a fun time to hang out with the wholesome people and relax and watching some meme, you can consider support the stream by liking it and subscribe on YouTube, by following on Twitch. We are back on the grind to get that Twitch affiliate program.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can also do super chat on YouTube and join the YouTube membership if you would like to further support me financially. I appreciate that. Without further ado, these are some music to send you off on your amazing rest of your day. We're gonna use some acoustic music. That may be a little too loud. See you, chat. On my next stream, which is my Friday morning, check Discord for your time. For that time, turn into your time zone. We're gonna do the Fontaine Archon quest as promised, and on Friday evening for me, which should be around the time for the new special program, we're gonna watch it together. See you then, chat.
Goodbye, chat. Goodbye, chat. Have a good one.